Hello and happy almost Halloween from the apartment. Hello there, Arlo.
Hi.
So today we are going to be carving some pumpkins. We've been doing this for the majority of the past couple of years, and more specifically, we've been asking for recommendations on what to carve. So I took to Instagram and I asked for some recommendations and suggestions, and you did not disappoint. We got a lot of unique, very interesting suggestions, but we decided to go with a couple that I think are going to be the most fun. I'm going to be carving Penelope Pumpkin, the Queen of Halloween from SeaWorld. Brennan, what are you going to be carving?
I'm going to do a representation of all the animals, and I'm going to do a giant animal paw for Arlo and Calvin's first Halloween, and Farley, because he's orange too.
Yep. And I think we're dressed pretty appropriately. You're wearing your skeleton shirt, and then I'm wearing one of my newest shirts from the Oyby store, because nothing is scarier than self-promotion. So what we're gonna do now is gut these pumpkins and get started. We have plenty of craft supplies right over here, and I think this could be pretty fun. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. So these pumpkins are a little bit bigger than we are used to. Mine's a little bit bigger than Brennan's, but these are pretty big boys here. So this might take a long time to carve it. Brennan is showing off the first step right there, which is gonna be to carve a lid out of the top of this. You have to carve it at an angle so the lid doesn't fall into the pumpkin. Brennan has some Tupperware set up over here for our various pumpkin innards, and then we have a nice little bowl of candy right here to satiate us while we carve the pumpkin. I'm making myself nervous by just kind of walking around with this very, very sharp knife. So Brennan has her pumpkin lid off, and she's starting to carve inside there to get the pumpkin seeds out from inside the pumpkin, and I just finished mine as well. This is going to be quite a project. This is a really, really thick big boy here. But we're listening to some music in the background, some Halloween music, so we're pretty excited. Arlo is just kind of enjoying what's going on over here. He just got a haircut about the same time that I got a haircut. And then here's Farley and Calvin, just because I haven't showed them off in a while. Hello there, gentlemen. Always eating their food together, and then a few decorations around the apartment. I put up some Halloween lights and a Halloween candle here as well. And then of course the decorations that I've already showed off right over here. But okay, the hardest part, well, not really the hardest part, the easiest part is done. All right, I'm about to take the giant first handful of just seeds from this massive pumpkin. Are you ready?
Yep.
Ooh, there you go.
Nice and gutsy.
Now, you actually like to do something with the pumpkin seeds, don't you?
Yeah.
You roast them?
Yeah, you just put some salt on them, or maybe some like seasoned salt, and bake them for a little bit.
All right.
I love pumpkin seeds.
Maybe we could try to do that a little bit later. So I mentioned that I'm going to be carving Penelope Pumpkin, which I have a picture of her right here. Penelope Pumpkin is like a giant inflatable pumpkin that was at SeaWorld for the longest time, that I always took a picture with until she disappeared a couple years ago, but that is what she looks like.
Hello, Penelope.
So I'm going to be carving some big lips, some big eyes, and I'm going to be crafting a crown, it looks like, and a wand. So
You're putting way more effort into this than I am.
I know, and I'm already super behind you, so I'm going to have to pick up the pace a little bit.
Hi, Arlo.
And you already took a picture of his paw, so you can use that as your reference, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So here's Brennan's stencil of Arlo's paw right there that she's going to be using. So she's going to use the pencil to kind of create her stencil and then kind of go off of that.
Little buddy.
So are you just going to be carving out the paw? Is it going to be like a massive paw?
I think I'm just going to do like the massive paw here, and then I'll probably go over it with some of this glitter paint as like an outline, so that it'll be reflective when you put like the candle in it. And then on the other side, I might just carve like their initials or something.
Carve their initials. Okay, that sounds fun. So quite a while later, I pretty much hollowed out the inside of my pumpkin, and Brennan is pretty darn close. She stenciled her puppy paw, and well, that's kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
And she's starting on carving out her paw there. So she's doing a pretty good job. I don't anticipate doing a lot with the carving, and thankfully this year, because I'm carving a pumpkin out of a pumpkin, I'm not gonna have to paint the entirety of the pumpkin and wait for that to dry like I have the past couple of years. So
Oh yeah, that one year was rough.
yeah, so thankfully it's gonna be all about just the accenting with the various crafts that I have here, which shouldn't take too long. So Brendan is getting very close to being done over there. I'm pretty intimidated because I'm, as always, I feel like always just so far behind. It's pretty subtle there, but you can kind of see the stencil that I'm doing to try to look like Penelope here. She has lips just kind of all the way down here.
She got lips.
And then she's got some pretty wide set eyes with pupils looking in multiple directions. That kind of reminds me of you, Arlo.
Little Shih Tzu face.
Little Shih Tzu face. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and carve this out and start accenting it with some paint. All right, Penelope is looking pretty gorgeous right now with her eyes and lips.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. I get it. You're getting very close there. You've carved out the paw, and now you're working on the initials of Farley, Calvin, and Arlo.
Yeah.
They're on the side. Then you write something on the other side too?
I love you.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully we can start expediting this. I'm pretty much almost done. I'm just gonna, of course, even out the eyes and the lips here, and then I can start painting and then work on the tiara or the crown on top. She's a queen, I'm sorry. And then her magical wand.
If you mess up and if her lips ever left her mouth, would you pack your bags, head south?
I would be so mad.
Would you call your dad?
Okay, so we've both pretty much finished the carving portion of our pumpkins here. So what I'm gonna do is she has purple lips and then kind of purple pupils, but I don't have purple, so I may just use pink.
Ooh.
Do you think that would look weird, or do you think that would look okay?
It might look okay on the lips. I don't know about the pupils, but we can always find out. Or you can try and like mix, because you have blues.
I do have blues. Ooh, maybe I could mix red and blue to make purple.
Wow.
Let's do it.
Art.
All right, so I've decided for pink for her lips here. Let's see if I can get it on there. And this is probably going to require quite a few coats. Brennan, you are doing an incredible job over there. Wow.
Thanks.
Look at that. Just outlining it with the gold glitter paints. That's awesome. And I'm going to try to combine. Let's see if I can stay. There we go. I'm going to combine the blue and the red here. See if I can get some sort of a purple mixture. Oh, geez. There we go. I can see some purple. Slowly but surely, and this is going to be her pupils right over here. And then I'm going to kind of go on top of that with some black paints. Okay, so I'm super jealous because Brennan is pretty much completely done here. I love you, and then I think you still have to go over these over here, right?
Yeah, but it's hard to get to these ones until that dries over there. But I included a little tail.
You have a tail back there, and I've started the painting process, and I got out the dryer here to go ahead and kind of start drying because this is a pretty slow drying process on these lips. Hello. Look at that face. Okay, we're getting close here, so that's good. So the pink paint wasn't really working out on her lips. It was not drying, and it's probably because it's acrylic paint. So I combined that with the blue regular paint to have a different kind of shade of purple there compared to her eyes. And once this all dries, we're probably gonna have to pick this up again a little bit later once this dries because it is very, very slow drying. So I'm gonna have to put that on hold while I finish up like the paint of Penelope herself. But I can work on a few different things. So I have these sticks here that I can make her wand, and then I have this right here left over from the quarantine times of all of the different games that we played and all of the different cardboard, or the colored cardboard paper that I got. So I can craft a crown out of this and then a wand, and then I can kind of stick that inside.
And I still have to finish like the other side of mine too, but it's getting there. Ooh.
So Arlo is enjoying my paper here. I need that for her crown. You can have the rest when I'm done, okay? How about that? So after a few failed attempts here to make a star, which I apparently don't know how to do, I made my star, which I'm going to be painting purple, putting it on this stick here, using tape to affix that to the stick. And then I got my drill here, so I'm going to drill a hole pretty much in the side of Penelope here so she can have her wand stick out of there, and so it should be pretty easy, and then the crown should be pretty simple to make, assuming Arlo doesn't eat it. Okay, I've never done this. Well, I've used a drill before, but I've never never drilled a pumpkin before. So, okay, after I do this, I'm pretty sure we're gonna put a pause in this just to make sure the paint can kind of dry. And then after that, I can go ahead and make the crown and do that a little bit later. And then it'll be dark, hopefully in a couple hours, so we can actually see what these look like at night. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, well, okay. There we go. That was pretty easy. Let's see if this fits. Yeah, that's pretty perfect.
Perfect.
Look at that. And her wand's just gonna be sticking right out just like that.
Cute. Did you get pumpkins?
And one generic Adobe Premiere Pro time passing edit later. It's dark now.
Dark.
Arlo is back there on the couch, as is Calvin.
He's blending.
So Brennan, you have finished your pumpkin. I'm
did.
getting there. Mine's requiring a little bit more effort than I anticipated, but what else is new? So you're gonna go to light your candle and put it in there.
Yeah.
And then I guess turn off the light?
Sure.
I don't know if you saw, but that was a cinnamon pumpkin candle that you put in there, right?
Yeah, definitely not the one that we're gonna keep in there, but the one that we're gonna do for display.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay. Do you want to put the lid on?
The lid.
The lid!
Lid.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready for the moment?
Ooh.
There it is. So we have Farley, Calvin, and Arlo. I'm gonna turn it here.
Well, because the paint's still wet.
Oh, yeah, it's still a little bit wet.
Little puppy paw.
I love you. And then the happy puppy paw.
And then I have a tiny little tail in the back.
And then the tiny little tail. Kind of hard to see. This turned out great, Brennan.
Thanks.
Good job. What's that, Arlo? Where did I get another new oyby shirts? Well, it's over at tpublic.com/oyby. I thought everybody knew that. That's embarrassing. So I'm still working on Penelope Pumpkin here. You can see I've pretty much finished up her face and she's looking absolutely gorgeous.
Them lips.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use this cardboard that I had during the time of quarantine activity fun that I never used. So I'm gonna use this for her wand because I tried to use the construction paper that didn't really work out. So I'm gonna go and commit to using this, and then I have this for her crown that I'm gonna be finalizing, and then the red for her jewels. So I'm pretty close, and I'm super excited for how this is gonna turn out. Also, I switched over to another lens. I think this is like the first time that I've ever used both lenses in one video. So this is what I usually use right here, this 11 to 22 millimeter wide angle lens. And right now I'm just using the 22 millimeter because it has a better aperture for recording at night.
Yeah, camera talk.
So, camera talk, it's always exciting, right? So here we go. So I've cut out and painted my star that's gonna be the tip of my wand, and I have started the stencil for what is going to be the crown. All right, so I think I'm pretty much done with Penelope. I have her wand right here and her crown right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in the hole that I drilled earlier. How does that look?
I can see it through her eyeball.
Uh-oh. Okay, now I can stick this down here. And I'm gonna go ahead and light this, and then put her lid on, and then put her crown on top of the lid. And I'm pretty positive that that is going to stay. And then I'll go run and turn off the light. How does that sound?
Okay.
Are you impressed?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty impressed too. This turned out pretty surprisingly good. All right, lid is going on. There we go, and then the crown right there on top.
What a beautiful queen. Wow.
It looks really, really weird. Wow, with the lights off. Okay, so this is definitely more of a lights on kind of pumpkin. So
She's beautiful.
that's good. That's pretty accurate, right?
Yeah.
Compared to the, let me get out the picture here real quick so you can, there we go. Is that gonna focus on it? Let's see.
A queen.
There we go. There's Penelope Pumpkin, and then there's actual Penelope Pumpkin.
Woohoo.
Yay! And here they are, the completed pumpkins. Penelope Pumpkin, and then I love my pets pumpkin. What do you think, Brennan? Are you proud of these?
I love my pet's pumpkin.
Well, what would you call
I
it?
don't know what I'm gonna call it now.
I don't know. I think we did a pretty good job, and hopefully these last at least a couple days until Halloween. But I think that we're pretty creative, and I think we did a good job, and everybody's suggestions really helped us out, and we had a good time, right?
Yeah.
Alright, well after a long day of carving pumpkins, I think it's finally time to celebrate with some pumpkin pie. But if only I had something to eat it in. Oh wait, I do! An oyby mug available on tpublic.com/oyby for all of your pumpkin pie eating needs. Mmm. Tastes like a good deal to me.
Didn't think you were gonna do that.
I did it.
Oh my god.
So did your pumpkin turn out exactly how you anticipated it?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping I could do something a little bit more creative, but I just couldn't figure out the right way to do something
I think it
creative.
turned out great, and it was a nice suggestion, and then just that you're able to follow up with it in a pretty creative and personal way. I think it was really cool.
Nice.
It's a good job. Hey Roy, did you do a good job on Penelope Pumpkin? Yes, I absolutely did, Brendan. It was fantastic. I've never made anything more beautiful or accurate in my life. I can finally have closure on Penelope Pumpkin from SeaWorld, and I am just so
This is
incredibly
not
happy.
closure.
Thank you so much
Don't
for
lie to yourself.
asking me. No, but I think it was really, really fun, and I think it was a fun suggestion to do that. I would not have thought about that at all, so I'm glad, and it really turned out, and I like that we can just do these odd, creative pumpkin experience investments, if you want to call it that, and I had a good time, and it was a great way to.
Coming out of frame a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry, this millimeter lens is just so right up on our face.
We've been so used to the
wide angle,
the
yeah.
wide angle one.
But it was fun, so thank you so much for hanging out with us and just letting us have a nice, comfortable, casual Halloween evening at home, and just getting to see the pets, and just, I don't know, these kinds of videos are always special and a good time. So we'll see you soon. Have a good day. Happy Halloween.
Happy
And goodbye.
Halloween!